I did it, I learned myself. I learned the hardware. I learned from making mistakes. We had a basement in the house. The whole basement was full of car parts. I started ordering from China. Back then, Alibaba. So I started importing from, taking some big risks and importing containers. And then I get these containers and I have to get a U-Haul van and then drive it to my house and fill up my basement with parts to start my first business.
I feel the biggest pain when I see people who cannot find their place under the sun. Unmotivated, sad, and desperate people. Business owners, entrepreneurs suffering from burnout, stress, and boredom, and no time for their family. My biggest goal is to help them realize that this world provides enough opportunities for everybody. I managed to help thousands of people, but I strongly believe that we can do so much more if we unite our knowledge and skills. And this is the reason I started doing interviews with the best visionaries and world changers. Their inspiring personal and success stories are a proof that everything is possible. All you have to do is listen and learn. Together, we can change our lives and the future of this world. Hello everybody, this is Warrior Family and I'm Smillion Mori. You are all here, my friends, because you believe that we can all create and live the life worth living. But in order to do this, we must do something about it. And today, I have a special guest for you. My whole purpose within this show is to bring you guests, their habits, their belief system, their marketing, other strategies that can help you become the person you want to become and create and live the life worth living. And today I have a special guest, as I said. His name is Jason Stone. He is widely known by celebrities and almost 3.4 million people around the world as millionaire mentor on Instagram. Stone has successfully launched multiple 6- and 7-figure Instagram and internet platforms and is becoming a well-known social media influencer and marketer. Known for his e-commerce success in the automotive industry in his early years with Stone Performance Engineering. Jason is a mechanical engineer, real estate investor, car enthusiast, and startup investor. Jason has co-founded the Impact Billions movement and also created Gentleman's Mafia Instagram network, which culminates relationships and success among the thousands of its members worldwide, and utilizes his experience and passion as a motivator, mentor, teacher, and social media influencer to help others create success. So welcome, Jason.
Thank you for the intro. That was definitely quite the intro.
Wow, I'm so happy to have you here. We are here in Miami. I flew my camera crew all the way from Europe, from Slovenia, and I'm so excited to talk about business and family and everything.
Yes,
so
definitely.
When I started to follow you, you didn't have kids yet.
Really? That long ago?
I think so. Yeah.
Well, I think on Instagram, there's a long story about how I got started in Instagram.
Yeah.
I think it was like 4 years ago when I started Millionaire Mentor. So Jaden might have been, he was a baby. You want to get into the story?
Yeah.
How it came about? I want to shorten it up a little bit, but I had a personal Instagram. It was like 2013. Instagram started in 2012.
Yeah.
Just thought, another photo sharing app. We're editing our pictures. And I took the family on vacation.
Yeah.
I worked pretty hard to get 10,000 followers back then. Back then, 10,000 followers was a lot of followers. It was like going for that K. You know, you get the K when you get 10K.
Yes.
That was the milestone. Once I had that K, I'm like, yes, I made it. Now it's the M. You got to get to the M now. So we took the family on vacation to Disneyland. Our hard-earned, money. Obviously, we post everything on social media.
Yeah.
Post that we're going out of town. I had a couple nice watches at the time. I got to do the little flashing for the gram. And long story short, we came back, and the house was robbed. Completely ransacked of everything, all of our belongings, shoes, purses, my watch collection, and my wife's purses, her whole room. It was just devastating. So we decided to say, fuck social media.
Yeah.
I'm like, social
sure,
media got us robbed. So it was one night at the Hard Rock. We were have a couple drinks, and I don't know what led to it, but I'm like, I'm fucking deleting my social media. Social media got me robbed. I went on Facebook, deleted my Instagram, deleted my Facebook, and that was that. I could say the ride on the way home from the Hard Rock was nothing but short of an argument with my wife, because she had more followers than me.
At that time.
She had like 20,000, and she was not happy. The argument in the car was definitely louder than the music in the club. So after a few weeks hiatus of taking off of social media, kind of reflecting on what happened, it's definitely a humbling experience, to have something like that happen to you. And fast forward maybe a few weeks, maybe a month of being socially inactive, like cut out from the world pretty much. If you don't have a social media account nowadays, who are you? Like nowadays, I think if you're not on social media, you're not even relevant anymore in today's days.
I agree. Yeah.
I feel like the social media is like your new social currency or your credit score. So I was in the club with my friends, obviously without the kids, and one of my friends, he's like just stocky dude. He's got muscles. He was always known for like having the ripped abs. He's a short little guy. Today he has a huge nutritional company. We'll get back to that. But he started out on Instagram by selling these diet plans for $100 a month. He logged into his PayPal account. He's like, bro, look at all these payments, $99. There's like 20 of them in a day. I'm like, you just made $2,000 today by selling diet plans on Instagram, by showing your abs, or just like doing little, taking pictures of yourself working out. So I was like, what are you posting on Instagram? He says, I'm just posting myself throughout my day, a little bit of value here and there, and I'm teaching people how to get ripped, lose weight, and I'm selling all these diet plans. I'm like, what does it cost you? Nothing. There's no overhead, all from Instagram. These light bulbs are going off in my head like, you're making $2,000 a day from Instagram without doing any work? All you gotta do is answer a couple emails. And he's like a little coach, like an online fitness trainer coach. Now, there's thousands of those on Instagram. He's probably one of the first.
One of the first one, yeah.
So that night I went home, I'm like, damn, I gotta get back on Instagram. I gotta do something. I gotta this is where all the attention is. This is where all the influence is. You gotta get back on, you gotta start providing some sort of value. And back then I thought of, because I had a business called Treadstone Performance Engineering. I'm a mechanical engineer. I went to school for mechanical engineering. My parents made me go to college. Made me go to college. I have to say, like a lot of people that out there that go to college, like I would never recommend someone to go to college and go under student loan debt to pay for their own bills. A lot of people might think,
Did you pay off your debt?
No, I didn't have it. My parents paid it.
Parents?
I would not have gone to college if I had to pay for it. Even people might think that's like entitled, or you're a little brat, you got your college paid for. When I tell people like, don't pay for it, I'm like, if you want to learn something, self-education is the best education, right? So learn a skill. You don't need to go to college to learn the skills that you need to become successful. But my engineering degree did help because that was like the hobby that I was into. I was into cars. I like making cars go faster. I would go to junkyards and like rip cars apart and take turbos off of the cars and then sell them on eBay. That's kind of how I got started in my first business.
Okay.
I started selling junkyard parts on eBay, and I was one of the first eBay sellers in that automotive industry. And so, I used my college degree to start the engineering firm, and that kind of just blossomed into a pretty well-known business that's still moving on today, Treadstone Performance Engineering.
You brought up interesting topic. We will come back to this later. Do you recommend young people to go to college or not? But let's go back a little bit to your childhood.
Yeah.
You were born and raised in Miami, or where do you come from?
Cleveland, Ohio. My parents come from lower middle class. They're blue collar workers. My dad worked for the High Department of Transportation, so he worked 10, 12 hours a day. So I barely saw him. He'd wake up at 6 a.m., come home at 6, and then sleep. So, I never really had an entrepreneur figure or even mentor in my life. And then my mom worked respiratory therapist, so not doctor level, but just
no entrepreneurs in family.
Yeah, no. So I did it. I learned myself. I learned the hard way. I learned from making mistakes. I was making, when I was selling on eBay, I was making more money than my parents combined, living out of their basement. We had a basement in the house. The whole basement was full of car parts. I started ordering from China. Back then, Alibaba.
Yeah.
Well, Alibaba back then was like the top secret website. If you knew about Alibaba, you were doing something right. So I started importing from, taking some big risks and importing containers. And then I get these containers and I have to get a U-Haul van and then drive it to my house and fill up my basement with parts to start my first business. And that, that's slowly, scaling every day very slowly. It's a business I haven't been in for 4 years because of social media.
Yeah.
Once social media took over, I took a step back from Treadstone, and that's when hundreds of doors of opportunity opened up. Probably why I'm sitting here with you today. Social media, Instagram.
So let's go back to your garage. Your parents send you to the college, and here is their son in the garage selling something on somewhere.
On eBay.
On eBay, yeah. Probably they didn't understand what you are doing.
They
were supportive, or what did they say to you?
They just saw
get a job, man.
Parts coming and going. I never really told them how much I made. I felt kind of embarrassed. And I was making $100,000 a year, and my parents weren't even making that.
You didn't tell them.
And then I got up to $250,000 a year in net profit in my college years, and I'm like, wow, this is going somewhere. This is like a legit business. And it's me, and I have a friend come over to help me package parts up, ship them to UPS. I had a FedEx truck and UPS pull up to my house every day.
Really?
So I started, out of my garage, my basement, and one thing I teach people is only expand when you have to expand. So I had no overhead of my house, and I didn't expand for a while, even though I needed to get a warehouse. I didn't want to take that big risk on, even though ordering the parts and stocking them is a risk. You don't know if you're going to sell them.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until I moved to Miami that I actually moved to Miami and I bought my first house. I bought it on the bubble. It was like $500,000. My parents were like, "You're buying a $500,000 house?" I'm like, "Yeah, I need all this room to stock all these parts I got."
Great excuse.
I had a 6-bedroom house. Each bedroom was a different section of parts. I had like silicone, aluminum pipes, stainless steel pipes, manifolds, like all different car parts. And I ran the business out of my house in Miami for maybe about a year, and it was like, you know what? I got people coming over. It looks like shit in here. You walk in, the living room was full of car parts. So, and I would have parties over here. I'd have stuff blocked off. Like, what is all this? This is my business, my inventory. So then I finally pulled the trigger and got a warehouse, like 1,500 square feet. That's when I started putting in the hours. I wore all the hats of the business. I was down in the trenches, driving to the post office, going to the UPS, on the phone while I'm taping boxes, hustling, doing what you got to do to build a business, and only taking on employees when I needed to, having my friends come over and help me. So it was fun.
You mentioned that when you were a kid, your dad didn't spend a lot of time with you.
Yeah.
Is this something that now you are aware when you have kids and you are doing the opposite, or how do you spend
That's where, well,
your
I
time?
think Instagram and the social media aspect of business, it kind of made me a little lazy because I haven't, I have an agency. I run the Instagram social media stuff. It makes a lot of money advertising. So I've been able to take a step back from having an office, a formal setting, to be able to spend more time with my kids, to be home for the last 4 years without having to go to an office. Maybe I go to Treadstone office maybe once a month. So yeah, having the social media agency or business or being an influencer, like I get paid $1,000 a day just to be an influencer. Post an ad, endorse this product, go on my stories and talk about this product. Brands throw, clothes, products at me all the time. Brands throw their equity at me all the time on a daily basis. I get pitched on a daily basis to endorse your product, be an affiliate for me. I'll give you equity for my company. Help me promote it.
Absolutely.
So I'm trying to figure out a way that where they're trying to leverage me, but they're actually leveraging my platform. But so yeah, it's allowed me to spend more time with the kids. But even I still get kickback from my wife. You're working too much.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a struggle. She wants.
How can you explain how you when you wake up? What do you do in the morning? Because like if we watch you and see your videos on the Instagram, there is all like great time, boats, traveling, having fun. Probably it's not all day like this.
I think I remember I saw the interview that you did with Grant Cardone.
Yeah.
And he said, which was really struck home to me. He said, "I don't build a business around my life.
Yeah.
I build my life around my business."
Wow, I like this one. Yeah.
So I built the last 4 years. I've built my life around the business. That's why I haven't gotten an office yet. Even though my next step is to scale the agency, have an office, and scale. But once I do that, I'm there at the office. I'm not home. I'm more time working, less time with the family, and that's the next step in my life. Is, I took a four-year hiatus from actually a formal office, which I used to have for 12 years at Treadstone. I go in the office every day. So yeah, that's the next step in my career, is just scaling the social media agency, the influence part of it, yeah.
Do you remember some challenging times in your childhood that made you who you are today? Or your life was just a fairy tale?
No, I mean...
Did you struggle with some personal issues, or...?
I never, like I said, I never had a mentor to look up to. Like, my father wasn't the entrepreneur. I believe that, like, the word entrepreneurship, it's either instilled in you and you want to embrace that term, or you're just content. I know a lot of people that want to make money and be successful, but they're content in their lives. They're afraid to step out of their comfort zone and take a risk to put themselves out there. Even just talking to the camera on social media. I believe that every business owner should start their personal brand, because people buy from people, not from businesses. So if a CEO of a brand is behind the scenes and doesn't create any value for their audience, why should I buy from your brand? I take one of the best examples that I use is Andy Frisella from First Form. He is the face of the brand. He's a great motivational speaker, and he's created a huge personal brand for himself on Instagram. And I believe every CEO should take that step and put themselves out there as the face of their brand. And I think it'll 10 scale, 10x. Grant Cardone's 10x their brand,
or 100x.
Yeah. So just like me, even though I was shy, like. Pushing the first going live on, I think it was Periscope. I was nervous.
Yeah,
I couldn't do that. Like, what do I say? What do I do? What if I fuck up? But you get used to it. That's me stepping outside my comfort zone. That's me, like, I know I could do this. And I know, like, even like interviews, I was shy to do interviews at first. But like, you do them more, you get used to it. So
You were shy as a kid too?
yeah.
Yeah?
But, you know, I'm still kind of shy. But not as much as like I was before.
It doesn't look like on the social media. Yeah.
I know, I'm having fun on social media. I'm doing this, doing
yeah.
that. But, you know, you train yourself, repetition, and it gets like a daily habit.
What is the hardest thing about being a father for you? You are young, you have this business, this great lifestyle.
It's time management.
Yeah.
Knowing when to put the phone down and say,
yeah, absolutely.
And say, I'm not going to answer it for, like, it's so hard not being able to, like, I'm looking at the phone every 5 minutes. That's the key, is like just carving out time when you're put the phone down and you have your kids' full attention, because that's all they want from you is the attention. If you're on your phone and you're trying to give them attention, they're just annoying you, and they're going to do stuff to annoy you. Then you're going to break something. They're going to do something that you don't like just to get your attention. So that's what I've learned, and my wife has really helped me with that. She's really good. She's spiritual. She believes in energy, and nothing's a coincidence. So everything that happens is for a reason, and yeah, she's really helped me with that a lot.
Where did you meet your wife?
Here.
You were already Jason Stone, or you were Jason?
When I met her, it was 10, 12 years ago.
Wow, you were young.
Yeah, so that was when we had our first social media before we deleted it. So I wasn't Insta famous back then, and you know, I wasn't. You know, I was semi-successful. I became a millionaire by the time I was 30, on paper, I guess. So yeah, she met me, you know, outside of this social media era.
How do you take time for yourself, for your wife? You have small kids, 2 and 7 years old, and all these businesses around.
Yeah.
So how do you find some time just for you and her?
We definitely prioritize date night. We have to do it. Like, if you know, we become distant. Kids, you know, kids take up all our time.
Yeah.
So you have to prioritize date night for sure. And got to get a babysitter. You got to make. That's like one thing we have to do, is time away from the kids to keep our relationship in a bond. Because when we're the kids, we're not really bonding together on alone. You know, alone. We love going out together. You know, we love going out with the kids too, but it's like 50-50. You can't do everything with the kids and vacations without taking time to improve your relationship and keep that bond together like you were before the kids. I think that's what why a lot of relationships break up, because kids are stressful, and if you're not, you know, doing bonding away from them and keeping that flame alive, then you know, that can go downhill.
Especially when you get so famous. That can be a big
Sometimes
problem.
it's stressful on her. She's like,
yeah, absolutely. So how do you deal with that, you know?
I don't want you doing all these interviews and meeting all these people and going out. I mean, she likes it. She supports me.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's too much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like right now, we're supposed to go to the Fontainebleau, take the kids to Fontainebleau, meet another couple there. I'm like, well, I got to do an interview tomorrow morning. Well, can't you postpone it? Can't you do it another day?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, we had plans. Like, no, this guy flew in for me. I cannot cancel this. I have to go. So, you know, I got an Uber here from my house, 25 minutes south. And she's going to come pick me up, and then we'll head out there probably after lunch.
Yeah. So, like, you have 3.4 million followers. I'm sure that you get many invitations from girls that want to have piece of your time. So how do you handle that?
Oh, man. Just got to fend them off. No. It's not as bad as you would think. Like, there's not people like girls flirting with me all the time. They know I'm married. They don't have kids. They see us happy. So it's like, why try? But you know, there's always a little jealousy in relationships. But she handles it well because she's a confident woman.
So the confidence is the key.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, let's talk about the Instagram business. You started with Millionaire Mentor account in 2015. 30.
By the way, I like this bracelet.
Oh, thank you very much.
I'm joining the warrior family.
Thank you.
I love the movement.
Yeah,
It fits nice. All right.
it's all about the family. Yeah,
Yeah. Family first.
yeah, family first, and then other things.
Although sometimes I put my work first,
Yeah,
and that's kind of like where I get kicked back. Like all you think about is your work and your money. But even though I'm spending so much time with them and I take time out, it's always a struggle.
that's why I started the Warrior Family movement, because I was like that too.
Include the family in the business, yeah.
I knew.
That's why I like the idea.
Yeah, I knew all the shit. You know, you have to spend time with your kids. I needed 10 years to get a baby, see my daughter. And when she was born, I promised when I hold her in my hands that I will spend more time with her than my father spent with me.
Yeah.
And then 6 years went by like that, and I didn't spend any
Oh,
time.
man.
And then something happened, and then you start to think what is the most
Important thing
valuable
in
thing
life,
and
yeah.
important thing, and
It's family.
yeah. Then I said, like, my business is not my family. I used to tell, oh, my business, you are my family. No, they're not. My
They're
family,
like,
my
no,
family is
your
my
wife's
business.
like, no, we're your family.
Yeah. So somebody watching now this video and they are still small on Instagram, do you have any ideas, hacks, strategies how to get bigger to 3.4 million followers?
Man, there's so I
So
have a
many.
list of like 30 things that you could do.
Okay, don't start with like the most important.
the
Like
most important-
I tried a lot of things with shout outs on other pages. It helped a lot, but it is
Costs a
costing
lot
you
of money.
some
Yes.
money. Yeah.
The easiest way to grow is just spending a lot of money
Yeah.
with me.
Yes, absolutely. I spend a lot of money with you too.
It helps, but you know, it can only go so far and work so much unless you're not putting out the right content. And number one is why someone is going to push the follow button, and it's because you're going to put value into their lives, and that's it. If you're not putting value into their lives via your posts, no one's going to follow you. No one's going to follow pictures of your family just because you guys look good, or you're going to Disneyland, or you know, you need to get them acclimated to you by getting them to trust you, giving them tips, tricks, value. And then there's someone that looks up to you because you're teaching them. I always come up with the term is learn something, do it, teach it, LDT. So if you want to think of a piece of content you want to put out there, go on Google, read a blog, learn it, and then recite it to your followers. You know, you don't have to do it, but do it, think of it, and learn it and teach it. People have no idea that you might not know what you're talking about, but once you learn it, you're providing value. And a lot of entrepreneurs make the mistake of they want to get on Instagram to do what I do, become an influencer marketer, become an affiliate marketer, become a brand ambassador, and they just try to sell. Oh, they start an Instagram account and start promoting stuff. Well, no, that's not ready to do it. I didn't start promoting anything until I had 500,000 followers, and all I did was provide value up until that point. So then, you know, then it's funny because when I started Millionaire Mentor, after I got robbed, I didn't want anybody to know who I was.
Yeah.
So I started a themed account. I put a logo up, it wasn't my picture. I would put some stuff of my personal, but people didn't know it was me.
Yep.
I would hide behind the account. I would treat Instagram like a mini blog. And that is one thing that everybody has to think about. Instagram is a blog. It's a blogging platform. Long form blog, just like you do your Facebook page. You know, do a Facebook status, but once you provide some value with some content, make a long form caption, do the same thing on Instagram. So people will read your blog. You can even label it a blog if you want. And you build an audience. So you build an audience first by delivering value, and then you can become an affiliate for a product, or you start your own business. Whatever niche you're into in your blog. So I came out, I was just blogging about my day. I had a bad day at work, I would write about it. I would learn something that day, and I would tell people what I learned. Every day, you know, everybody should be constantly learning. Think of what I try to tell people is, what is one thing that you learned today? And try to learn something every day, one thing, and just in your mind, oh, I learned this today. And I'm always telling myself, I learn something new every day. And then you go on Instagram, you tell them what you learned. And pictures, I started out with the motivational pictures.
Yeah, quotes.
I started with, I saw these luxury pages doing very well, and then I saw these quote pages doing very well. And I kind of combined them into one.
It's so saturated right now.
Very saturated.
Then I combined my quotes with my personal, pictures.
Yeah, so now it's all about video.
Video.
Back then, Instagram started, there was no video.
Yeah.
It was all pictures.
Yeah.
It was a photo editing app.
Yeah.
So nowadays, you got to. It takes a little bit more time to create content, which is video content. Like Patrick McDavid, he's creating the video content. Gary Vee, video.
Video.
And that's how he's growing. Everybody loves video. They consume video, and video goes viral. So that's how he's growing so well. There's plenty of other ways it's doing it.
What about hashtags?
Hashtag is not a good way to grow.
That's what I found out too.
Hashtags is like building your company culture. You have a company, create your company hashtag, maybe one or two. Mine's Millionaire Mentor, maybe Jason Stone, whatever. I use those hashtags. And then maybe 2 or 3 relevant hashtags to the post. You don't want to use 30 hashtags. You don't want to use motivation, entrepreneurship. Like those are millions and millions of people use those hashtags. So you're not going to rank for those hashtags. So it's just pointless. You might get shadow banned from a hashtag.
How much personal life someone should blend into the Instagram account? Like some people, they are hesitant because
probably one every 5 to 10 posts. I'd say. And I mostly keep my formal content on my wall, the very formal, curated stuff, and then on stories is like a behind the scenes look into my life. So yesterday we went to Ninja Lounge, the kids, like the obstacle course, like the Warrior Lounge, the rock climbing they had, and I'm just snapping the kids as a look into the personal life, and people can relate to that a lot more than if it's some just business. So I try to keep the formal content on the wall, behind the scenes, less formal on the story.
How can somebody monetize the Instagram asset?
It's funny because a lot of people have millions of followers and not making a single penny. There's other people who have 50,000 followers and getting $1,000 per post. So it's all about the quality of your content, also the quantity. Social media is not a commitment; it's a campaign. I mean, it's a commitment to every single day. You have to commit to it every single day, post it. Once you take off for a week, Instagram is going to put your account, your bad score. It's going to take a while to get that engagement back up because Instagram, you start out about 5% visibility, and whether your post is doing good or doing bad, Instagram will just put it into the dirt. Instagram knows whether you're posting an ad or if it's good, they'll ramp it up. So you get more engagement as more people engage.
But more followers, you have less engagement. I found out at the beginning I had 32% of engagement, and then the engagement started to go down.
That's normal. That's normal with any account.
Normal, yeah.
It's like the old followers are used to your content, they might not engage like new followers. So you constantly have to bring in new followers in every day so they can engage. But the bigger your account gets, then it's normal that the less engagement you're going to get.
So what can be different sources of income from the Instagram business?
Okay, so back to the monetization. I guess for my account, I started affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You sell other people's products.
So selling other people's products. We don't have no inventory. There's a special link you give out that's cookie tracked, IP tracked. So if someone clicks on your link and they buy something, you get 50% of the commission. A lot of people don't know what affiliate marketing is. They see me advertising a link. They have no idea I'm making money from this link. Let's just take, for instance, right now I'm promoting how to sell on Amazon. I drive traffic to this guy's Amazon page. He goes on stories, provides value. Then he tells people to click the link in his bio to buy the course. It's a $2,000 course. I get 50% of the profits. Last month we did 50,000 in sales. The month before, 50,000 in sales.
Wow.
So that's just one of the income streams of affiliate marketing that I do on Instagram. Right now, I'm promoting how to start an ATM business.
Yeah, I saw on there. Yeah.
That's going to convert really well as well.
So
So affiliate marketing,
affiliate, yeah.
starting your own brand, which is what I recommend. A lot of people are getting into drop shipping. I don't really recommend drop shipping. Although if you're brand new to entrepreneurship, drop shipping is a good way to get your feet wet. So you kind of like learn the Shopify store, learn a little bit of e-commerce, learn how to deal with customers, learn how customer support, shipping and receiving, all that good stuff. Then once you got a little grasp on what drop shipping is, then you go to Alibaba, you source the product yourself, you ship it in, you take a bigger risk. Drop shipping, there's no risk. And that's what I don't like. There's very low margin, very low risk. But when you're trying to create your own brand, you want to create something that's going to leave a legacy. You want to create an actual brand. And that's where that needs to lead. So affiliate marketing, creating your own brand, also being a brand ambassador. Like athletes, they sign up to, whether it's First Form or One Up Nutrition. And that's I know the guy from One Up Nutrition. He pays. Let me turn this off.
Yeah.
He pays his athletes to be brand ambassadors, and all they got to do is post his product. And that is a business that he started on Instagram, 100% on Instagram, grew through Instagram, and now it's a probably $10-20 million business right now.
So how do you source products that you will sell as an affiliate?
A lot of them just come to me. But I actually.
But you don't pick anybody, like everybody.
Yeah, I can't promote everybody's product.
Yeah, absolutely. So how do you know which product is good for your audience?
Somebody with a track record. Somebody, you just got to feel them out. They just kind of threw a little course together, like a Udemy course. They probably could just go sell on Udemy for $10. That they're trying to sell for $2,000. Like, people with track records, people that's been doing it a while. It just, just got to pick and choose. And there was some that I promoted and made zero on, just because it didn't convert.
You learn, yeah.
Yeah, you learn.
Okay, you probably get a month so many offers to launch somebody's products.
I get hit once a week to join someone's multi-level marketing company.
Have you ever been involved in network?
I fell into one called Digital Altitude. I didn't really know it was a network marketing company. I never did network marketing before. I was just stuck to the legitimate affiliate offers that actually sold products, not an opportunity.
Yeah.
So there's a fine line in the multi-level marketing company, whether you're selling the opportunity or the product.
Or the product, absolutely.
Yeah, and a lot of the people that join the multi-level marketing company, they're always pushing the opportunity.
Yes.
Join my team, join my team, join my team. When really you're supposed to be buy the product, buy the product. If you like the product,
Then
you can join my team and start selling the product. So that's what gives multi-level marketing a bad rap. It's the people behind it and promoting.
recruiting,
Yeah.
or other people.
So yeah, I kind of like, okay, the business was Digital Altitude. It did get shut down by the FTC, but I made over $1 million net in that company in a year. It was probably the quickest money I've ever made ever. But I didn't like. There's a lot of people that didn't make money, so I took a lot of people's money, and they didn't make money. So I don't want to be in a business where 99% of the people fail. Or they don't know how to do it. And it's mainly because I had built that audience first. And people don't have audiences. And it all goes back to creating a content, creating value, and building that audience, building your tribe. People can trust you. So I didn't sell to my tribe to probably 500 to 1 million followers. And then once I sold them something, they believed and trusted it.
What about the personal brand? Like you have this Jason Stone personal account, and then you have Millionaire Mentor. How much you blend the content?
I've kind of struggled of whether or not to combine the accounts or to keep them separate.
Is it possible to join two accounts?
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, it's merging.
Oh my God.
We can talk about that later.
Yes.
So, you know, on my personal account, it's all lifestyle. So I kept it all lifestyle, and I'm debating whether to start putting quotes on that account. You know, pictures of me with the quotes.
Yeah, like I have.
Yeah. Because Millionaire Mentor doesn't have pictures of me.
No.
It's cars
No.
and celebrities, and
yeah.
you know, I use that account because it's a viral account. But if I started putting all pictures of me, it wouldn't grow as fast. So I've kind of like, there's a balance of how much I post of me on that account, but I want people to get to know who's behind the account. That's why I go on stories.
Yeah.
So my personal account, Jason Stone, you know, I might get some different sort of brand deals. You know, I might get some free hotel stays, free flights. You know, people will fly you out just to kind of like take pictures of the resort or something. You know, those probably I wouldn't get on Millionaire Mentor. So I kept the two brands separately because they attract a different type of customer.
Makes sense. How many people you have on the team?
Just Millionaire Mentor agency.
Or what, like different businesses?
Like employees total?
Yeah.
There's 10 at Treadstone, and maybe 5.
They're full time.
Yeah.
How many on the social media part?
4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Yeah. I don't even post on my account anymore.
No. So you have people doing it.
Yeah. I got graphics designers, copywriters, the guy that sends out the invoices, the guy that posts. My main focus is stories.
Stories.
Yeah.
How much time you spent doing stories a day?
Well, you can spend some time right now. And do some stories. Every day I try to do, you know, 5. Every day you should be posting. Every single day you should have 3 posts a day on your wall, and
At least
10 pieces of content on your stories.
And then how do you structure your day when you wake up? What do you do?
Morning routine?
Yeah. You have morning routines?
No. No, I have a little routine.
Yeah.
I mean, it might not be the routine everybody's thinking of, but I do check my phone first thing in the morning.
Okay. Yeah.
Pick it up.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I'll play a little chess.
Okay.
I like chess. Although I get annoyed when I lose, and I like delete the app, and I'll come back to it. I'm like, God damn it. Okay, so it's like I play, you know, answer maybe a few. I got WhatsApp, you got Messenger, you got Telegram.
Yeah.
Everybody's messaging, so I got 5 different messenger apps that I check. Direct messages, I'll go through a few. I have help with direct messages as well. I know people say you're not supposed to touch your phone in the morning.
Yeah. Until.
But it's like my way of waking up. Because if I wake up, you know, you're all groggy. You know, I don't do any caffeine. I hate caffeine.
Yeah.
No coffee, no caffeine pills. So I wake up a little slow. Then I try to work out. I'm not really a gym person in the morning. So either do it in the morning or do it at night. And if that, I'm like 2 to 3 days a week at the gym. And then just walk down to my home office, get on the computer, and the rest is history.
And then you work until.
I try every now and then. I'll do a little meditating. My wife's trying to get me into that more. It does help.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it does help. You know, eat the first meal of the day is the most important.
You have breakfast.
Yeah, I try to sometimes fast. You do lemon water, which is good. I don't hate the vinegar. The kombucha is the new craze right now. I've been trying that. So it's kind of like detoxifying in the morning. Do that a few times a week.
And then work until.
I work 24/7.
Yeah. So you don't have this.
I don't have a set schedule. That I deal. You know, sometimes I spend the time with the kids in the morning. You know, right now they got school, so it's usually after school. But during the summer, we're all over the place. We just play it by ear. I need to get a set schedule.
Yeah.
What will make my set schedule is when I get in office.
Yeah.
Because right now everything's playing by ear.
Everything, it's in the house.
Yeah, I can walk in my pajamas, go in the home office, but I've been telling my wife, like, I need to get out of the house into an office because it's so easy for the kids to just come in and distract me from what I'm doing and me have to ignore them. I don't want to have to ignore them. So that's why I want to get on that set schedule, go back to the office, the 9 to 5. Even though entrepreneurs try to skate the 9 to 5, you're like Grant Cardone said it the other day, you're not going to grow, you're not going to scale unless you have an office. So that's my next endeavor, scaling the agency.
The agency.
Yeah.
You mentioned at the beginning of the interview, you mentioned the college. You wouldn't recommend the college, yeah.
It's not that I wouldn't recommend it. I recommend higher learning.
Can you explain more in depth? Yeah.
You know, you do learn a lot in college. Like, you learn how to your way around a spreadsheet. You shouldn't be owning a business if you know how to create a simple formula in a spreadsheet. You learn that in college. Even the stupidest little things that you do learn in college, how to write a paragraph, a sentence. Even if you just get a 2-year associate's degree, it's just going to help. It's going to help all around. You learn so much going to school.
Yeah.
High school, graduating high school, going to college. Just a lot of stuff you learn in a degree. Like, I didn't need my degree to start my engineering firm.
Yeah.
I really didn't. Even though it did help, you know, it's go back and forth with it all the time. So I do recommend college. I don't recommend, like, if you want to learn a skill and you want to go into a certain industry. If you want to become a nurse, obviously you have to go to college. You want to become a lawyer, go to college. If that's what you want to do, you have to go to college. You want to own your own practice, doctor, lawyer.
Then you have to go.
Yeah. You still have to go to college if you want to become an entrepreneur in that niche. It's all depending on what you want to do.
What skills are the most important today for somebody to earn money? Because why we go to college?
I think
to earn money at the end of the day and make a living. And so many people go to college and they don't get a job later.
Public speaking and communication skills. I remember having to get in public speaking class in college. I hated it. But it taught you. You learn a little something there. You learn a little bit there. Just communication skills and selling yourself. You know, you sell yourself to your kids, your husband, your wife, your employer, your friends. You have to always be selling, not like selling a product, and you're selling yourself as your personality. So if your personality doesn't come out, you know, people aren't going to notice you or hire you or want to work with you or do business with you.
So public speaking?
Not really public, just communication skills.
Communication skills.
Yeah.
What values do you want to pass down to your kids?
What values?
Yeah, values.
Just be grateful for what you have. Be present in the moment. A lot of parents, my wife is teaching me this as well. She should be in this interview. You have to be present and not distracted. So it's either you focus and you give the attention to where it's needed, and you can't be sidetracked with other tasks. So if I'm on the computer and like my son's like, Dad, Daddy, what?
What?
You can't do that. So it's just like, okay, yes, what do you want? Okay, yes, and then be present.
How will you build a wall between the social media and your kids?
Build a wall?
Yeah, because if they are watching you every time you.
I'm gonna make them Instagram stars.
Yeah. They already have their own account.
I'm trying to get my wife to post for them more. I think your social status, your social currency, is going to go a long way in the future. And the more followers you have, the more attention you have. Not really followers, it's about the amount of attention that they give you, look up to you, appreciate you, respect you, and trust you. You can sell anything to them. You can start your business. If you got 10,000 followers that all love you, and you start a business, boom, your business is easily sold to your tribe.
So why did you start the account for the kids? What is the belief system behind, and what do you have in mind for their future?
To make them stars. I think Jaden can be an actor. He's good looking. He's got charisma. He's not afraid to dance in front of everybody. Like he's got some special skills. So we need to amplify that.
He got these skills from mother or father?
Probably your mother.
From mother.
Yeah, she's Peruvian.
What skills he got from father?
Money skills.
Money skill. Do you teach them about entrepreneurship?
Yeah.
What?
We play Monopoly. Teach them, the value of money, the value, skill set. I think that's why I'm successful. I play Monopoly. You play Monopoly?
Since when?
Since I was a kid.
Yeah, really?
And I always won.
We did, but not so much.
I always won in Monopoly.
Really?
I don't know why. I think if you're good at Monopoly, you're going to be good at entrepreneurship.
Any other games you would recommend to busy dads to play with their kids? Besides
chess.
Chess.
Like chess, because it's strategic. You got to think ahead. 3 moves. You got to think 3 moves ahead of your opponent. I'm teaching chess.
Okay, we have to do this. If you had a magic button and you could reset everything, how would you start differently in the business? In the business, yeah.
Which business?
Social media.
If I had a reset button,
Yeah.
I had to start from 0 followers.
Yes. Somebody is watching now. They have 0 idea, 0 followers, 0 money, and you have all this knowledge in last 4 or 5 years. How to get to first 10,000, 100K, and then 1 million?
Videos only. Number 1 of videos.
Videos only.
Yeah, no pictures.
So I have to delete my pictures with my quotes.
Pictures help. Pictures are just filler content.
Well,
Fillers, I mean, that helps you grow. That's part of the quantity part. Right now, social media is all about quantity. You need to be posting a lot because if I don't post on my account, I will not grow 2,000 followers a day organically. It'd probably be a few hundred. I'd probably lose followers if I didn't post. So that's my strategy. I post every hour on the hour because I know it's going to grow. But I guess starting from 0, definitely videos, and just providing value. Just check out Gary Vee's page. See what he does. Copy him. Provide value. Try to rewire people's thought processes. Post relatable content, even if it's controversial. Some people might like it, some people might not. The more controversial content you post, you get more people engaging. That boosts the post up. Alex Becker said it on YouTube. He said, "You're not gonna grow on YouTube if you're just trying to, not to be controversial or post controversial subjects, or take a stand for something." A lot of people are scared to take a stand, and show their belief system or what they believe in, because 50% of the people might not believe in you, and you're going to get negative feedback from those people, but you're getting 50%. Like Trump, half the people hate him.
Good. How do you deal with haters? You have them probably too.
A few.
A few. I have a couple of them, so you have to have more.
I just posted something. Damn, let me get my phone up. What did I post the other day?
People are annoyed by these beautiful videos that you post.
The lifestyle videos?
Yeah, the lifestyle with the boat and...
They're like, oh, these are just showing off.
Yes.
My wife said this. Don't forget, only hurt people hurt people.
Only hurt people hurt people.
Think about that one.
Only hurt people hurt people.
So it's like, why are you commenting something negative? Like, does it make you feel better by yourself? Trying to bring yourself back up, or bring someone else down to your level?
Do you respond? No.
I don't get into that. Like, it's like, it's not even worth my time. If I'm giving you my energy, then you're winning. If I act like I don't care, I'm above you, then they're losing. So it's not even worth the time even commenting back.
I asked the same question, Grant Cardone. He said, I don't have time to hate anybody.
Yeah.
I don't have time to hate anybody. What is success for you? Like
Success
yeah.
is,
How do you define success? Is it only to be famous or a star? Probably not.
no, that just comes with,
This is a weird.
that's just the bonus.
Yes.
Success is, being content with where you are. I kind of drew something the other day and on the whiteboard. I'm like, everybody has a different level of success, and everybody has a different level of contentment. Are you content here with your success, or you're always striving for more? Most entrepreneurs are always striving for more, and they get more busier. The more busier, take on more work, more stress. And if you just maybe take time to celebrate, take time off, and be content with what you have, that's true success right there.
It's powerful, yeah. You always want to have more.
But then you're like, okay, I'm cool, I'm successful. We did a vacation, we took a month off.
And then what?
Now it's time for more. And then the entrepreneur kicks in, and we always want more. Everybody always wants more. I don't think, like, is Jeff Bezos ever happy with? I mean,
That I don't know.
I
Probably.
don't know.
Yeah.
He works 24/7. Like, I put in 14-hour days sometimes. Sometimes I don't work a day at all. Sometimes I take a day off in the middle of the week, not even answer an email. When you can do that, just go out, do what makes you happy, spend time with your family. That's success. It's a freedom. Freedom to do what you want whenever you want, pretty much. Let's just nail it down to the freedom part.
There are many entrepreneurs out there struggling with their business model right now, maybe in the traditional business model that they have. Do you have any advice for traditional business owners?
Okay, traditional business owner would be like my first business.
Yes, automotive.
Starting a brand.
Yeah.
Or I guess traditional business is outside of the realm of affiliate marketing or multi-level marketing, right?
Yeah, and social media.
Social media is,
Do you recommend them to get on the social media even if they think that their business is not?
oh yes, I think every single business should have an Instagram account. I think they're losing out on a lot of, that's where the attention is right now. I just hit 1 billion users, and 1 billion
Really?
users is exponential. It's not like we're flatlining. It's not like the curve is going like this. The Instagram users is exponentially growing. So next step is 1.5 billion. That's going to come quick. So why would your business not want to be where everybody's on their phone? This right here is the way of the future. You can control everything with this. Control your house with it. Control, this is like.
I almost lost the future yesterday. Yeah, I forgot it in the Uber.
Oh man.
It was like frustrating 2 hours.
I know. Could you imagine if you lose your phone? That's your life.
Yeah, but I was calm, pretty calm.
You got a backup?
Yeah.
That's why.
But anyway, the phone is phone. I have many notes. Okay, so every business, even tradition, they should get on the social media.
I think every CEO of every business should start their personal brand. I think every business should have an actual dedicated business and the CEO personal brand, just like I have Millionaire Mentor and my personal brand. They're kind of combined into one.
And you recommend, like, the platform you recommend is Instagram.
Yeah.
I hear so many objections, like Instagram, there are so young people on Instagram. This is not my target market.
Yeah, everybody says that. Everybody says that.
And your answer?
The answer is that they're wrong. Like, I would go to my demographics right now.
Yeah.
Insights. Audience. 18 to 34.
18 to 34.
And we got, the next one is 34 to 44. The bar graph right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're still considered a millennial audience on Instagram, but that millennial audience is going to grow up 5 years from now. They're going to be older.
Yes, with families.
Yeah.
Where do you see the future of social media? How do you see it?
I think there's nothing that's going to trump Instagram. Everybody's like,
Is there is there other Instagram story, like, or you think this is it?
there'll be others that will compete, but no, you can't compete with Facebook. Facebook has the ad platform, it
Yeah.
has the social network, and now it has Instagram. So Facebook grew, and older people started getting into Facebook later on, and that's what's going to happen to Instagram. Every older person is going to gravitate towards it because it's the thing to do. Just like, again, not all your parents are on Facebook now. Maybe all the millennials left
They
to
moved.
Instagram. So maybe that will happen in 10 years. Maybe there'll be something that will trump. Maybe Zuckerberg will buy out another social media platform.
yeah.
We'll have the same thing that happened with Facebook to Instagram, but not in the next 10 years.
Where would you put your advertisement budget? More? Where? Instagram, Facebook?
For sure, Instagram, because the CPM on Instagram is so low compared to Facebook right now. You get $2 CPMs on Instagram. The swipe up feature is the most powerful thing right now.
Yeah.
Like, I can drive, from my account, 2,000 clicks a day, and even if you pay for them, mine are free. I don't pay.
Yeah.
Just because I have the audience, but people that are paying are having huge ROIs with their swipe up feature. Swipe up ads are right now is the hottest. Hottest.
I sold probably 60 to 70% of my tickets to my local seminars that I have in Europe through Instagram stories.
Swipe up.
Swipe up.
Yeah, see?
Swipe up.
It's so easy. It's like it's not even like searching for the button. It's holding your phone. It's going like that real quick.
Yeah.
But also it's easy
much
to swipe,
faster.
swipe back down.
Yeah. It's much faster than
But
through
you're still
email.
getting that impression.
Yeah, I'm talking to people that recommend email marketing. I like it, but I didn't sell any tickets through email. It's just like,
Would you have a list?
yeah, I have a local list, like 50 to 70,000 people, but I sold probably 10% of my tickets. Everything else was 17-something% Instagram, swipe up. So they even have a joke when they come to my event and I ask them, how did you find out about the event? They say, swipe up.
That's awesome.
Yeah, swipe up.
See?
Yeah.
Story right there.
If you had to start all over again in the business, how would you start?
Which business?
Any business.
If I were to start one
Yeah.
business right now,
Yeah.
it'd be a social media marketing agency. Because,
From scratch.
yeah, so every business right now are just getting acclimated to social media. Number one, they don't have time to do it themselves. They don't know how to do it, or they don't want to do it. We need to convince them why. Or, that's the easiest sell right there. They don't have time. They don't want to. And they don't know how to do it. I could walk into a business right down the street right now, tell them who I am, and sign them right now to my services. It's so easy.
And for this, you don't need a college degree.
You just need to learn, maybe take a couple courses online, go to Udemy, learn some stuff, learn how to do growth, learn how to create some content. I got a little thing, teaches you how to make quotes, memes. It's, creating content for businesses is so easy, and businesses have no idea what to post. It's something called user-generated content, UGC. So the UGC is content other people post about you.
Yeah.
Businesses need to create their hashtag to find that UGC, find the content that they're getting tagged in, and repost it. Simple as that. Repost it with a nice little caption. You got to post for a day. Something that the restaurant probably wouldn't even think about.
So starting a social media marketing agency.
Yeah.
And targeting traditional business owners.
Yes, traditional
helping them
brick and mortar.
Brick and mortar. Listen and do it. Changing is hard for somebody. What is your experience in your life? Any change that you made and it was hard at the beginning, but it paid off later?
So it's changes.
Like change that you had to do in order to become who you are today? Maybe the change in your mindset or habits or how you do the business and how you approach?
Change.
Changing is hard.
Yeah, everybody hates change. I think it's really about your mindset. And it goes back to whether you want to step out of your comfort zone or not. And are you willing to take that risk to propel your business to the next level? Are you willing to talk to your followers on stories? You know, that's stepping out of the comfort zone for a lot of people. I know a lot of people that are deathly afraid to talk to their audience.
Many.
Many, yeah. And I was too. But
So
now
how did you overcome this?
Second nature now. I just knew that's what I had to do.
So you pushed yourself.
You push yourself. Even though I fucked up and plenty of times I stuttered, said the wrong thing. You know.
Did you delete?
When you're live, you can't.
Yeah.
Even I'm still like I don't go live that often. It's like you got to be entertaining. You got to keep them engaged. You know, I go live every now and then. I got to do it more. You know, maybe after this interview, we should be live right now.
Yeah, we should be. Yeah.
we should have a phone set up live.
Yeah.
It would have been good. I should have. Too late now. But yeah, it's just stepping outside your comfort zone.
So then do it now. Because I will have some powerful questions. Here you go. I have Jason Stone.
We are live. We just talked about going live, stepping out of the comfort
We are
zone.
live. Step out of the comfort zone.
Yeah, going live.
Yeah.
There's no going back from a live feed.
There are my local people, many local people. Jason Stone here, millionaire mentor.
About 45 minutes through this interview. We should have went live a long time ago, is what I
Yes,
told them.
yes. So, oh, you see? Others joined. So can you grab the phone, guys? And maybe turn it around. Or like this. It's good. Do you need water?
Yeah.
So, Jason, tell me about the biggest mistake you did in the business and it cost you a lot of money.
I think I start a lot of different businesses, and not all of them take off. I kind of like, you know, since I'm in a field where I got all these different opportunities coming, you know, people pitch me their ideas, I say yes.
To everything.
Yes, I'm a yes man. But now I've realized, like, you know, I need to put a higher price on my value and where I'm going to focus my energy. Because I'm focused spread out, and that's one thing I tell people. You know, focus on one business until you master that niche, till you're making money to become an expert in that niche, and only then move on to the next one. So I can afford to take bigger risks with different businesses because my first business is good. You know, the social media business is good. The income from both those businesses can support my failures of other businesses. So, you know, start one business is the main thing. So I think the mistakes that I've made, you know, they're lessons, obviously.
Yeah.
And I've lost a lot of money on lessons. I was a day trader for a stock day trader, penny stock trader. And I got into that, took some big risks, lost some big money. I started, you know, businesses where the next business came up was a brighter business, and I just kind of left that by the wayside, maybe lost 20 grand there. I started a cryptocurrency business with this young 18-year-old kid that I probably should have got to know a little bit better, instead of going all in and try to, you know, making a business around this kid. And that eventually didn't work out because he didn't want to work. He's an entitled little punk that didn't want to work. His parents had money that I didn't know. So if I would have known, you know, a lot of things that I do now, I probably would have not gotten into business with this guy and wasted money. So, you know, it's not big mistakes. It's little mistakes along the way that you learn from, and you do it better the next time.
Wow. So, mistakes. Is it a mistake that you say yes so many times?
Yeah.
I spoke to Richard Branson on his Necker Island, and he said, "I'm doctor, yes. I always say yes." Sorry, what was the question?
Yeah.
So is saying yes more to the life, to the future, or saying no to certain things?
I just, you got to pick and choose your battles a little bit more with a fine-tooth comb before you say yes to everything. Or just test it out a little bit without going all in. Take it slow. A lot of people, the terms like, entrepreneurs jump off a building and try to build wings on the way down.
Great metaphor.
So I've learned that I'm not jumping off of buildings anymore. I am going to build my wings and my plane first, make sure it flies,
Yeah.
and then I'll go on and then I'll start scaling it.
There are many popular videos out there like quit your job. Would you recommend somebody to quit your job and then think about?
That's building your wings on the way down.
That's it, huh?
You got to start your side hustle first.
Okay.
You can't just quit your job and not have any other income coming in. Your business and your side hustle better be supplementing your job, if equally, if not more, before you quit your job. There's a couple of people that I mentor. It's like,
Yeah.
Jason, I want to quit my job. I want to do this. I'm like, you're not making any money yet. I'm teaching you how to start a social media marketing agency. You haven't made a dime yet. What makes you think you can quit your job? Like, you better put in 80 hours a week to start your second business before you quit your job.
This is a great piece of advice. Many young people, they just want like quit a job and start a business.
It's sacrifice. You got to be willing to sacrifice your time. In the beginning, I sacrificed my time with friends, loved ones, family, going out on the weekends. My friends calling me up. They're at the strip club or they're going to club and they're going out with girls, chasing girls, and I'm working. So in the beginning, you got to sacrifice. You got to put in that time to make that first business a success.
So everything that we see on social media about you, it's not just I'm having fun. You are working hard.
I'm having fun. I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna still be answering emails today.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, I'll still be having a drink and answering emails and doing my story. That's all work.
What advice would you give to some young people that they already lost hope and they're 19, 18, 20? They don't see the future.
Yeah, I just got to be patient. Like, I started a few business when I was 18, 19 that didn't make any money, or I was putting all this time into it that didn't make any money. But you guys just got to be patient. Patient because you have your whole life ahead of you. You don't have to start making money till you're 25, 35. You got to learn. Maybe you guys should just have fun, not worry about making money. To each his own.
Wow. It's not the usual piece of advice. Some motivational advice would be, just quit your job, start the business.
You can't take that big of a risk, because what if it doesn't work? What if your business doesn't work? Then how do you pay your bills?
Do you travel a lot around the world with kids now?
Not around the world. We go to like the islands, Dominican Republic, Cancun a lot. The quick trip from Miami, Florida, DR is good, Puerto Rico.
Are you coming to Europe soon?
Soon. Yeah, that's our next. My wife's been bugging me. Let's go to Europe. Let's go to Europe. Everybody's going to Europe.
You have to come to Slovenia.
Yeah.
And Croatian coastline.
The Croatian.
You will enjoy. Your family will enjoy it. Beautiful country.
Yeah, we're gonna do a good 10-day trip coming soon. When's the best time to go over there?
To Europe. From May on, May, June, July, August. It's not so hot like here.
Is it hot right now?
Oh no. No, it's maybe 20 degrees.
So the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Better. Okay.
Now, May, June, July, August, September, it's great.
Okay.
But if you want to sail around Croatian islands, then June, July, August, September, it's beautiful.
Cool.
One of the best coastlines.
I'll get some pointers from you when we plan it.
Great. Any other goals that you have for your future? You're still young. You have a young family.
Goals.
Like, where do you ultimately see yourself as who, as what? Or you don't have this?
Lately, my capacity of working is about 50% of what it could be. If I really buckle down, like I said, scaling another business. Because I could have stayed at Treadstone Performance. I could have scaled that one and kept expanding. Right now, that for the last 4 years, it's stagnant, which is good. It's not going down, it's stagnant.
And you are not there.
I'm
all
not
the time.
there.
Yeah.
If I was there, we'd be double, triple sales by now. But that's not my passion. It's not what I'm passionate about anymore. I'm not into the Fast and Furious. You know, when the Fast and Furious movies come out, we make a lot of money. You know, we go to shows, trade shows. I'd be there, but it's just not what I'm passionate about doing right now. You know, what I like doing right now is, you know, a lot of blockchain stuff, the agency side of it. I think blockchain's the way of the future of a lot of things. I think decentralization is 5 to 10 years out, but when we get there, it's like the internet is being reborn again. We're literally on the .com, not bubble, but the beginning of the .com, where all these new companies are coming out. They're coming out with their tokens, the tokenization of companies. I can tokenize my company right now. You can tokenize anything, and a lot of people still haven't grasped that concept yet, and I think it's amazing.
Where do you invest your money, besides business investments?
I did have a lot of money invested into mutual funds and you know, ETFs and REITs and whatever this boutique investment firm did. I just gave them a bunch of money. I pulled all that out because I can make more money investing in businesses, giving someone money to invest in their business. So my retirement portfolio is just to have a bunch of businesses. Like I don't, you know, I'd rather invest in cryptocurrency right now than the stock market.
Where do you see the crypto mania in the future?
It's growing.
It's growing.
Right now is the best time to get in. Right now. Are you involved in any crypto stuff?
No, not yet.
Oh, yeah? You think you will?
I thought about it in June 2017 when Bitcoin was at 2006 probably.
That would have been good.
And then I went to 19,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm still...
Kicking yourself.
You know, how much money would you recommend for somebody to invest in crypto market?
I guess if they have an investment portfolio right now, and let's just say they have $100,000 in their investment portfolio, take half that out, put it in crypto. Maybe take a little bit more, 60, 70%.
Really? You would be so aggressive.
Yeah.
But this is 100K that you can afford to lose.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely your investment portfolio is something that if it was wiped out, you would be fine. It's money that, you know, you're taking a risk, but the more risk, the more reward. Obviously, everybody knows that. Right now, it's a big risk. There's a lot of skeptics out. There's a lot of fraud going on. But, you know, the governments slowly will try to regulate it, you know, try to get these ETFs to pass, you know, more custodial type of accounts coming in to manage people's money. So all these, you know, everybody's scared to invest in crypto because there's no security. You know, you got to write up your private key on a piece of paper or copy and paste it from your computer somewhere, and that's your livelihood. And so the security of the keys right now is the main concern. And they'll come out with something. There's patents right now that are getting approved.
Do you have any books to recommend to my audience?
I have to be honest that I'm not an avid book reader. The one book that I do like is How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Dale Carnegie. Wow.
Yeah. And the key word is influence. Because when you have social media, you have influence over your followers. Whether you have 5,000 followers, 10,000 followers, or 1 million followers, that influence is key. The more influence you have to make people's decisions, make people's mind up, whether you're a brand ambassador, promoting something, promoting your business, that's power. Influence is power.
That's a great book. That's a great book. I think I read it 20 years ago. 22 maybe. I thought the author is still alive. He was dead at 1930 probably.
Yeah.
Dale Carnegie.
No, I touch up on that book every now and then.
Yeah,
It's on my bookshelf.
It's still valuable, huh?
I'll just open it to any page and just start reading.
Okay, I have a last question that I call last message or power message.
Power message.
Yeah. Just pretend you only have 5 seconds to live. What message would you send to your kids that they would remember till the rest of their lives? Something that would stick with them.
Just pretend that money didn't matter.
That money doesn't matter.
Money doesn't matter.
What matters?
Family. Life. Someone asked me that on a podcast one day. What, if you could wish one thing, what would that wish be for? That I wish that money didn't have that value and that currency that everybody strives for. That it was like a universal means of exchange that people weren't greedy about. So if we got rid of greed, the world would be a better place.
Wow, thank you very much.
Thank
you,
for having me.
Jason.
That was
I'm
great.
happy to have you on my show. So if you listen to the interview, then get out of your comfort zone. Don't value money so much. Value your family over the money. And see you soon in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Thank you for having me.